Good evening, everybody! Let me welcome you guys out one more time to the show Stories on the Strand. Thank you very much. This is an Atlanta Radio Theater production, and I'm your host this evening, Chris Jones. Behind me are our actors, our artsy actors. We'll get more into that shortly. First, a little bit of housekeeping stuff. The show is free, the drinks are not. Please take care of our wonderful bartender, Jaina. If you make her happy, then she will make you happy. And if you guys are happy, we're happy. So, the other thing is that this is several vignettes. We will be playing. We will also have live musical guests. Feel free to move in and out as you need, but again, this is a live show. We're recording this. There will be an intermission, so if you need to hold it till then, don't worry about it. We'll give you a break and let you go. But tonight we're going until 9:30 as normal. Please silence your phones. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. So, please silence your phones. We do this once a month. The last Thursday of every month, we'll be going through May. I would like to send a special thank you shout out to the Good Acting Studio, where we are doing our rehearsals. ARTC, yes, thank you. Well, get more into their availability. You can check them out on their website or on Facebook for the classes and shows that they have coming up. Also, the Strand would like me to mention Louis Grizzard, thank you. I almost said the gizzard. I don't want to insult him. Grizzard. Yes, I am not. Louis Grizzard. You can go onto their website and you will be able to see him April 17th, 18th, and 19th. That is a ticketed show, so you do have to pay for that one. And I am positive, I've been told that I should be positive it is well worth it. Tonight, again, we have live pieces that have been written, all original pieces by various writers for Atlanta Radio Theater. If you are interested in acting with us, writing with us, learning about wonderful technical stuff with us, then we invite you to come. You can find us on Meetup. You can also find us on our website, artc.org. We have a acting rehearsal space, if you don't mind the trek, all the way over in Tucker, where we also have a studio that we like to rent out. This is our big experiment to make sure and see if we can develop a live audience on the west side, so I'm so glad to see you guys here. What's up? I've talked about the Strand, I've talked about the bartender, Jaina, very fantastic. I've talked about Good Acting Studio, I've talked about ARTC. I'm done talking for the next couple of minutes. After I introduce our first show by Jonathan Strickland, Mildly Exciting Tales of Astonishment to Absent Friends.
Welcome, believers, to another jaw-droppingly incredible story from Mildly Exciting Tales of Astonishment. Last week, we left those amazing superheroes, Captain Outstanding and the Zipper, just as they were about to confront a robot army threatening the big city. We joined them in the last few seconds before the battle begins.
I can just make them out on the horizon, Cap. Are you sure we can handle this army by ourselves?
We'll have to, Zip. The others are on their way to stop the Ministry of Sinistry before they have a chance to make more robots.
It's just that it looks like there's an awful lot of them, Cap. The whole thing makes me feel a little queasy.
I understand, but trust me. Wait. Queasy? Son of a... I forgot to call in sick to the paper!
What?
The paper, you know, where I work as my alter ego? Damn it! I'm already on probation due to excessive copier usage. I've got to call right now!
Now? Cap, they're almost here. Can it wait?
In today's job market, it definitely cannot wait. Just hang on. What the hell is my office's number?
Pew! Pew! Captain, they're attacking now.
Just hold them off for a sec, would you, Zip? Okay, Google.
Pew, pew!
Can you give me the number to the Daily Flugelhorn?
Pew, pew!
Take that, metalhead.
Hey, Zipper, can you remember this number? 210-555-1482.
I'm kind of busy right now, Cap.
You
Ow!
will be annihilated.
Yeah. Just wait. Just a second.
Pew, pew.
Hi, Sherry. Could you put me through to Mr. Ryder?
Prepare to be vaporize.
Take that, robotic menace!
Hi, boss. I just wanted to call in to let you know I won't be making it in today.
We will crush you.
Cap, I could really use some help. Ow!
What? No, that's just the television. Terms of endearment. Could you hold on 1 second, boss? I think that I'm going to cough up a lung. Hold on. Look, people, I'm on a very important call right now. Could you please shut up for just 2 seconds? Thank you. Now I'm going to take my boss off mute, finish this conversation, and then I'll get back to kicking your shiny metal butts, okay? Sir, sorry about that. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. Just need to some rest.
Sorry, I was late. Destroy humans. Pew, pew, pew.
Ow, my leg!
That was a battery commercial? Hang on, sir. Look, I told you people to hold it down. Sheesh. Here I am trying to talk to this idiot, convince him I'm sick, and keep my damn job. You'd think you'd appreciate that and give me the common courtesy to be quiet until I'm off the phone.
Cap?
Don't they teach you robot manners at the Ministry of Sinistry? Isn't that in your programming?
Cap.
Just a second. Okay, we'll try this one more time. Just let me take care of this call and we'll all get back to work.
Cap!
What is it?
You forgot to put the phone on mute.
What? Oh, boss? Oh, shit.
Join us next week when we'll hear Captain Outstanding say...
Do you want fries with that?
Next week on Mildly Exciting Tales of Astonishment.
Told that I have to talk on mic just so you guys can hear me. Thank you very much. Oh, well, that's fine. So I'll be recorded. Oh my gosh, we're being recorded. That reminds me, we are being recorded. So if you would like to actually see this, maybe see some of your pretty faces, but definitely see some of our pretty faces, faces made for radio, then you can check us out on YouTube. Brian, what YouTube channel can they check us out on?
It's just called ARTC. How convenient.
ARTC. If you look us up on YouTube, you will find some of the shows that we are doing. We're trying to really build up our internet presence as well as our live audience. As much as we like to look at you guys, we also want people all around the world to be able to hear us. So, speaking of around the world, if you like those long lost days of radio adventure where we had to actually use our imaginations, most of you are not old enough to actually know what I'm talking about, but you can use your imaginations for that. I transport you back now to those days just before World War II, the days of The Shadow, the early days of Batman, the Green Hornet. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then I've got no help for you. But tonight, I present for you Crimson Hawk by Ron and Butler, Episode 2, Dark Hero Rising.
Evil rules the night, but it does not rule supreme. Beware evildoers of the light of justice and the talons of the Crimson Hawk. The adventures of the Crimson Hawk, America's mysterious avenger of the night, are brought to you by the Cedar Springs Cereal Company, makers of whole grain flakes, the breakfast of Americans.
Whole grain flakes, the breakfast of Americans.
In our last episode, the Crimson Hawk and Philby had discovered that the Hawk's alter ego, William Montgomery Becker III, was the next target of the Legion of Darkness mystery assassin. But will forewarning be enough to save Becker and the Crimson Hawk? High atop the skyscraper that is Becker's department store sits the penthouse abode of William Montgomery Becker. In the dead of night, elevator doors open.
Magnificent view. Surely when the Reich occupies St. Meridian, This will be the Gauntlet's headquarters.
If Reich Marshal Göring does not bomb it flat first. Haldeman, which way is the wind coming from? Getting down from Becker's penthouse may be more difficult than gimmicking a freight elevator.
Bah, you worry too much. Wringing the necks of patry-faced engineers and flabby playboys hardly starts my blood running. Target number 13. Now there will be a challenge.
Oh, have a care. Becker has some connection with one who has been the cause of much trouble for the Legion, the Crimson Hawk.
Yeah, you have gone on and on about the Crimson Hawk since we left the lair. Enough! Take the paratroops and establish a perimeter on the west side. I will finish Becker and his comic manservant and be back in 5 minutes.
Oh, your overconfidence will kill us all. The chauffeur is a former Chicago gangster.
Bah, a mongrel thug. Now go!
Mueller, coming! Follow me.
These must be the doors into the sitting room. Ah, locked. A lock on the door of a penthouse. How suspicious-minded. Fortunately, not a very good lock.
Hey, where do you think I... Oh!
You must be the famous Chicago gangster chauffeur. Excuse me if we do not have time to chat just now, so I will play a little handball with you.
Ow!
But I will come back and break your neck after I finish with Herr Becker. And this should be the master bedroom. Good evening, Herr. You are not Herr Becker?
Men call me the Crimson Hawk.
Yes, you have made quite an impression on poor Constanza. Now, you will tell me where Herr Becker is.
Stay right where you are.
Constanza told me about your rubber bullets.
For everyday use, but these are steel-jacketed lead.
Very sensible. You will not tell me where Herr Becker is.
That would be inconvenient.
Too bad. Good evening.
Halt! Blast! He's incredibly quick. Now where is... Philby! Are you all right, old friend?
Oh, yeah. I've been beat up by... No, come to think of it, I ain't never been beat up by a bigger guy. What now, Mr. Crimson Hawk?
You stay here, and I'll go after... No, I won't. Philby, can you go to the armory and fetch a Tommy gun?
I think so, boss.
Good man. I'll keep them away from the elevators with my Colt until you get back.
Cease fire! Stop firing until you have a target. Besides our glorious leader, that is.
Becker was not there!
He must have been. Our intelligence...
Your
is
intelligence sources could not tell you what is under your grandmother's Christmas tree! This Crimson Hawk you have told me so much about was waiting in Becker's bed!
The Crimson Hawk? Are you sure?
Unless Becker has very odd taste in pajamas, yes! Fortunately, he had only a pistol. Muller! Go around to the right and secure the elevator!
I think he has something more than a pistol now.
Damned! The elevator is out of the question. Quick, give me that pack. It have be plans wise, then. Are the cars in place?
Yeah, I signaled them.
Good. I would wait to have find a cab at this time of night and in this neighborhood.
I see them stirring around, boss. They're gonna try and rush us.
Yes, they're... No, my lord, they're jumping over the edge.
They're crazy.
Maybe not. Follow me.
Hey, I got one of them, Mr. Crimson Hawk. He's wearing some sort of funny blue uniform. Mr. Crimson Hawk, what do you see?
Look over the edge here and see for yourself.
Parachutes.
Yes, they're parachuting to the street below, where, no doubt, a car will pick them up. That makes our dead friend here a Luftwaffe paratrooper. Blast! They've gotten away.
Yeah. Still, things must be pretty hot for him, boss. You're after him, the Army's after him, the G-Men wants him. That's probably the last we'll see of this guy.
That's exactly what I don't want, Philby. I'll have to put something in their path. Something they just can't resist.
Traitors! Your so-called intelligence network must be riddled with traitors and racial mongrels! How else could this Crimson Hawk buffoon have discovered that Becker was target number 2 when I returned
That
to
is
Germany?
quite enough, Sturmbannführer. Whatever the cause of this debacle, it is plain that your mission has been compromised. I have ordered the U-121 to stand in St. Meridian Harbor.
No, I can still
Enough,
accomplish...
I said. Now, as far as... Yes, Abelard? Interesting. Becker was so unnerved by the attempt on his life that he has elected to stay the next few nights with his friend, the Commandant of Fort Pershing in St. Meridian Harbor.
Yes, the Commandant is target number 13. The most important threat to the Reich on my list. If I could eliminate both him and Becker.
And yet... Constanza, your thoughts?
9. No rational analysis supports such an operation.
Jealousy, stinking jealousy!
In this case, dear Constanza, I fear I must agree with the Sturmbannführer. Herr Aryan, you may begin your preparations immediately. Constanza, stay with me a moment.
Thank you, Herr Malevolus. I will go at once.
Ja?
I expect you to assist our impetuous friend to accomplish his mission, dear Constanza. But after that has been achieved, well, perhaps it would be best if he did not return to Germany. His uncharitable estimate of our intelligence network, if spoken into the wrong ears... Are we clear on this point?
Perfectly. And thank you, mein Count. In oars. Drag the boat above the tide line. Your orders, Sturmbannführer.
Establish a perimeter, 50 meters. Kill any sentries silently.
With respect, Herr Sturmbannführer. Killing sentries will only bring Fort Pershing's entire garrison down on us.
American soldiers are lazy and undisciplined. It'll be an hour before the sergeant and his guard comes looking for a missing sentry. I will be back in 5 minutes. Do as you're told.
Ja, Sturmbannführer.
Over the seawall, across the garden, third window from the end. Door to target 13's quarters directly across.
Halt! Who goes there?
You should hold on to your rifle better, boy.
Can't say much for your grip on your Luger, mister.
What? Then we'll have to do this hand to hand. Out of my way! Excuse me if I do not have time to chat just now. So I'll play a little handball. Handball with...
Nobody's played handball with me since I hit 200 pounds my 13th birthday, and nobody's gonna get past me to Colonel.
You are of good stock. Pure blood. I would like to know your name before I kill you.
You ain't got the moxie to kill me, Red, but you're losing Corporal Samuel Cohen, U.S. Army.
Corporal? Shmuel?
Cohen! Hey, come back here! Sergeant and the guard! Sergeant and the guard!
Corporal, what's going on out here?
Just repelled an intruder, Colonel, sir. And it sounds like there's a platoon-sized action going down by the South 2 battery, sir.
I see. Where's my guest?
Mr. Becker is still in his quarters, sir. I have called for the...
Never mind that. Hold your place until I get my pants and my ivory-handled revolvers. Then we'll go kick some hiney.
Yes, Colonel Patton, sir.
Haldeman, I've lost my machine pistol. Hand me your... Haldeman? Blast. They got him too. And he was the last.
A pity, Constanza. I, on the other hand, still have my Colt. Hands up.
Crimson Hawk. I should have known you'd be lurking somewhere at the edge of this disaster. That idiot Stahlful killed the sentries, he said. It will be hours before anyone checks in.
The colonel would never tolerate such lax discipline at his Fort Pershing. Now come along, Miss Stalk. and we'll pay a call on Colonel...
Arian, quick! Give me your pistol and I will finish off the Crimson Hawk.
My pistol? I don't have my Crimson Hawk. Where?
You're standing on him. What happened to your pistol?
A man took it away from me.
Took it away from you? Oh, Crimson Holt seems to have found his colt. Come along before he shoots us both.
Come to the boat.
No, we lost the boat. We have to swim to the U-121. Fortunately, I am an Olympic-class swimmer, and you should float well. Come along and be careful. I would not want anything to happen to you on the way to the submarine.
Stalk! Arian! Stop right! Blast! Of all the ill luck.
Mr. Crimson, there you are, boss.
Yes, here I am, Philby. How goes the Battle of Port Pershing?
Well, I think all those guys in blue uniforms got shot. They was real hard-headed about surrendering. And we can't find Miss Stark or that big guy in the red underwear. But the Colonel's having a great time.
I had Constanza Stark in my sights and lost her. I was stepped on by the Aryan, and I've got this red clay ground in the front of my Crimson Hawk outfit.
Don't worry, boss. Some cold water and bleach will take that right out. Here, let me have that cape, and you put on Mr. Becker's bathrobe and slippers.
Yes, the Colonel will eventually think to come looking for his house guest, won't he? And I may as well go back to bed for all the good I'm doing.
Don't be like that, Mr. Becker. The Colonel's safe. Whoever else they was looking to kill will never even know what was going on. And I'd say the Army guys bloodied their noses pretty good.
And something seemed to have gone out of the Aryan, as well as I could tell with him standing on me. I wonder what happened. Oh, well, Philby, old friend, not a good night all around for the Malevolous' plans, our plans, or for the concept of rational, straightforward military planning in general. But I suspect it will be a long time before the Aryan again threatens America, or the Crimson Hawk.
Yeah, you're probably right, boss. Say, are those the boxer shorts Miss Kildare gave you for your birthday?
And that's all for today, kids. The adventures of America's mysterious Avenger of the Night, the Crimson Hawk, have been brought to you by those swell folks at the Cedar Spring Cereal Company, makers of whole grain flakes, the breakfast of Americans.
Whole grain flakes,
The breakfast of Americans.
Pretty soon we will expect all you guys to be able to recite that and sing that with us. So, we'll practice that, just not right now. Again, that was one of our regular serials that we will be performing. Serial, get it? Sorry. They get better. I promise they get better. I shouldn't promise that. They don't really get better. In any case, that was written by Ron M. Butler, the Crimson Hawk. He has several long episodes of the Crimson Hawk, and so we are really, really excited to be able to present that as a serial that we will be continuing to do. That's one of our 2 serials. The second one, for those of you that are familiar with it, Paranoirmal, we will be performing at the end of the show. I'm talking to you right now, just kind of vamping a little bit, while our amazing musical guest warms up. In fact, I'm going to step out of her way, because I know she needs that mic. And I'll move over to this one. Yes. Mic drop. In any case, for those of you that have heard Riley Schatz, then there's not much that I can say in order to talk up how fantastic she was. I don't want to say I discovered her, but someone actually said, hey, try, talk to her, listen to her stuff. She was fantastic enough to send it to me. I was wowed. For those of you who have not heard Riley, you guys are in for an amazing treat. She is truly one of the most talented singer-songwriters that I have ever had the pleasure to work with. So now, without further ado, Riley Schatz.
Hi. Hello, my name is Riley Schatz, and I'm going to sing you a couple of my original songs today. I'm lucky enough to be playing 2 sets tonight, and this first one is going to be a a handful of my originals, and then my next set is going to be something I like to call the Siren Sessions, which is music that I've created based on Greek myths. So these first couple of songs are not based on Greek myths, but I still enjoy playing them all the same. This first song I wrote is called Potential Heart, and I hope you enjoy. You break my potential heart, 'cause if you do, I'll be sure to fall apart all over you. Don't break my potential heart, 'cause I don't wanna up and go right back to the start. No, I don't wanna up and go right back to the start. This boy here says that he's got class, but he should know that my heart is made of glass. If he hits a little too hard, I'll shatter all over and stick him with shards. I said I'll shatter all over and stick him with shards. Don't you break my potential heart, 'cause if you do, I'll be sure to fall apart all over you. Don't break my potential heart, 'cause I don't wanna up and go right back to the start. No, I don't wanna up and go right back to the start. This boy here says he's in for the win, but he should know that my heart is paper thin. And if he rips it to smithereens, I'll file in paper bits and paper cut till he bleeds. I said I'll file in paper bits and paper cut till he bleeds. Don't underestimate the power of a broken heart. Don't underestimate the power of a girl with a broken heart. No, don't underestimate me. Don't you break my potential heart, 'cause if you do, I'll be sure to fall apart all over you. Don't break my potential heart, 'cause I don't wanna up and go right back to the start. No, I don't wanna up and go right back to the start. Thank you. Thank you. Can y'all hear my guitar okay? Okay, cool, just checking. This next song I wrote, I wanna set the scene a little bit. It's July 2019. Summer. About 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's raining. This big rainy thunderstorm. Thunder and lightning and rain, and I love rain. I'm sitting on the floor in my dorm room. I used to go to Kennesaw State. Woohoo! Go Owls, hoo-hoo. That was not setting the scene anyway. Sitting on the floor in my dorm room, I have this salt lamp on, and it's bright red, and the whole room is cast in this ghostly red glow, and I have fairy lights on. The whole thing is rather pleasing aesthetically. I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the rain. I'm sitting there in this beautiful red lighting, and all of a sudden this song comes to me. I looked you up on the Oxford Dictionary, Merriam-Webster too, but there isn't one word or phrase that quite describes you. No synonym or antonym, you're neither that or this. So all I know is if you go, you're someone I could miss. I tried to match your aura to a color on the wheel, but there's no hue that matches, not a violet or teal. You're mercurial, now that's for sure. You don't stick to one shade. So all I know is if you go, my thoughts of you won't fade. 'Cause all my senses are full of you, like that Denver song. You're all I hear and see. But your name I do not know. You're a stranger, synesthetic mystery. scent among the blooms. But there's no bud that replicates your exact perfume. None of those flowers smell like home or happiness or calm. And all I know is if you go, salty tears are bound to fall. I listen to the radio, to records and to rain. I wanted to see if a song captured that sweet melodic strain that seems to haunt your voice like a specter flickering. And all I know is when you go while I wait for you, I'll sing. All my senses are full of you like that Denver song. You're all I hear and see. But your name I do not know. You're a stranger, synesthetic mystery.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Riley Schatz, everyone. One more time. Woo! And like I said, she normally plays down at Little Five at Eddie's Attic. I think you'll see her on this Monday. So if you guys are down that side, you can have another great time with her. We are blessed that she came up all the way on the northwest side to be with us tonight. So next we have, let me say real quick. So you can find more of Riley Schatz if you look on Instagram, Riley Schatz Sings, or if you go to SoundCloud, R.I. Schatz. You go like Rai, or you could just look up the name Riley Schatz. Like I said, she will be appearing at Eddie's Attic on Monday. Next, we have, going back to one of our originals, Paige Steadman wrote some amazing stuff, and you guys will get to hear another one of her fantastic shows. It's the second part of The Dragon's Lament, Episode 2, Waiting on the Moon.
Journal of Azara the Great. Imprisonment. Day 4. Evening. The moon is not yet full. The young human creature sleeps. It is becoming less annoying, or perhaps my imprisonment is affecting my judgment. We remain trapped in the cave, high in a cliff above strange desert sands. Fortunately, the magic imprisoning us seems to sustain our nutritional needs. The youngling still whines for food out of habit, but does not seem to notice the lack of water.
Ah! What? Oh. Oh. Oh, I was just having the most wonderful dream. My brother was rescuing us, and rain. Now I'm thirsty. Oh, are you thirsty, dragon? I mean, Your Highness. Why, I haven't had water in days. Only roast squeaky thing. I'm fine. That's fine. I'm fine. Fine. I must be tougher than I thought, but that's me, Corinna the Tough. Only now I'm thirsty. My mouth is so dry. Do you think we'll get any of the water Your Majesty.
You can call me Dragon.
Oh, thanks. Do you think we'll get any water? Oh, we're in the desert. Rain, flash floods. Won't flood in the cave, will it?
We are high on a cliff. Some water may perhaps trickle in through some cracks. Listen.
To the storm?
Let me listen. There, that corner.
Wait, the corner where the squeaky things come in? Anywhere else by chance? Maybe?
Silly hatchling, to be afraid of your food.
I'm not afraid. It's just, I'm afraid of the squeaky. No. Well, it's just, I mean, they're dead when I eat them. And I am not a hatchling.
I do not hear squeaky things there now.
Are you sure? Thank you, dragon. It is very dark back here.
Do you want flame, Corinna?
No. Thank you. I am quite flammable, and I do not have a change of clothes. Oh, I found it. There's water, just a tiny trickle coming down the rock on the wall of the cave. Oh, I wish I had a proper cup. I can't quite get in my hands. I'm so thirsty. Dragon, please. Do not tell anyone about this. Rock water.
Yeah, full of healthful minerals.
Well, at least my mouth feels a little better. Dragon, why don't you ever get hungry or thirsty?
The enchantment is sustaining our needs.
You don't need to eat or drink. Wait, our needs? Our. Mine too. Dragon, I've been eating squeaky thing and licking rock water off of walls. Why didn't you tell me?
You did not ask. Also, it took me a few days to be sure of it.
Why did I get hungry?
You believed you should.
But didn't you get hungry?
Oh, yes. The first 3 days were dicey.
Thank you for not eating me.
I still feel the itching of hunger.
Oh, but we're friends now.
I know intellectually that it is better to eat adults who have bred.
I have never bred. I'm only a teenager.
Eating younglings too often may endanger the species. They are delicacies, however.
We're talking about deer and sheep and things, right? I mean, you don't make a habit of eating humans?
Sustainable hunting practices do not ease the false pangs of hunger. When I think how long it has been since I have eaten.
I'm sure there will be more squeaky things tomorrow. Have you tried squeaky thing yet? They're so good. Oh my goodness. Dragon, Your Draconic Majesty, I'm very grateful that you haven't eaten me, but have I mentioned that lately? I never know when you're joking. You were joking, right? The rain is stopping. That was so brief.
Short, but intense. Much like humans.
Is that a height joke? I am tall for my age, I'll have you know.
Do you recognize any of these constellations?
What is this, a quiz? Let's see. That could be the starfish. Though clouds are covering the lower half, so I'm not sure. Oh, that's the running child there. So yes, that would be the starfish. The running child is west of the starfish, so that's north. And yeah, the banner is right there just north of it, though the pole is obscured by clouds.
Good. We are near your land, then.
No deserts in Golden by Mountain. What about your kingdom, Dragon?
Kingdom?
Queendom, then? Empire? Territory.
We are far, far from my home.
It must be lonely for you, too.
No one could feel alone with you around.
Oh, thank you.
The moon. Is it waxing or waning?
Waxing, I think. It's almost full.
Good.
Good? Why are you some reverse were-dragon or something?
My magic will be boosted on the full moon. I will...
Your magic. Your magic. You can break the magic barrier that's keeping us here. Oh, Dragon, you're my hero! You're the best dragon queen ever. We'll be free.
I will be able to contact someone for assistance.
Oh, that's good. It's late. I should go back to sleep. Good night, Dragon.
Good night. Don't let the squeaky things bite.
What? You said they were gone! Try again! Oh, no, I'll never get to sleep!
We had it went over so well. We had a special request for that the last time we did this. There was at least one more episode. Hopefully we can talk her into making more. A couple more. It is actually fantastic. This next bit is by Elisabeth Allen, again, one of our artsy writers and actresses. It is called Apogee, Episode 1.
Sin Crafter, this human you would like me to tempt, what are they like?
They want to take over the world.
Really? But are they in a position that might allow them to succeed?
They certainly are in a position of power.
I do have an interest in conquerors, in watching how they come about in the early days. You aren't pulling me out of my time, are you? You know I want to experience the whole of time in order.
Alexander the Great is involved.
That is a little out of my time. At least it isn't... Sin Crafter.
Yes.
That is a computer.
It is.
You said that Alexander the Great was involved.
He is. Look, there he is now.
Great warlord Alexander, beneath your sword.
It's not the Alexander. It's just a bunch of polygons and whatever computer programming. Sin Crafter, can't I go back to the past where I've been?
You may not. I chose this human for you, and you will tempt them.
But there's no tempting to be done. Look at them. They've been sitting here for all day. And just look at the mess in here that they're ignoring. They're deep in the sin of sloth.
Is sloth a sin?
Yes, it's one of the 7 deadly sins.
According to humans.
Yeah, and it's also true. This person certainly isn't doing any good.
They're not doing anything bad either.
What? Who's the tempter here, me or you?
You're certainly not tempting anyone.
Hey, human. Why don't you get out of that chair?
They won't hear you if you don't make yourself heard.
Hush, I know. I'm talking to their subconscious. Human, don't you need a drink or something? You seem dehydrated.
Their addiction sustains them.
Sin Crafter.
I am merely teaching.
Human, what about food? Look, there's... You have frozen food. It doesn't even take any effort to make.
And what sin shall they commit when they eat? Gluttony on one tray of food.
They can't do much sinning if they're not fed. Wait, where's their phone? Maybe someone sent them something. Ah! They've been invited to a party. Oh, they could get up to all kinds of mischief.
You want to convince the person who's been spending all weekend playing video games to go out and spend time among other humans.
That doesn't mean they're an introvert.
But many humans will be there, and they will be loud.
Come on, human. Hey. Look at your phone. Come on. I thought this was supposed to be easy.
Only if the larger screen is boring.
Right. Let's see. There. The other players are taking their turns. Now pick up your phone.
Oh, but they want to see what their opponents are doing.
Come on, just look at your phone. Here. It made a sound. Now look at it. Ugh. I will make you stop playing this game.
Oh, can you do an electronic possession? I thought you were stuck in the past.
I have had one class.
Whoa, Gandhi? What are you doing there, Gandhi? Gandhi, no. Gandhi, no!
From the dust to win.
Damn it, I was playing on Settler.
I don't feel well.
You really shouldn't have chosen Gandhi. There is an evil in him that rivals the darkness of hell.
But it's Gandhi.
Digital Gandhi.
At least I got them to check their phone.
Sweet! My book is ready at the library.
What?
So, what kind of trouble will you have them get up to at the library?
I will figure that out on the way there!
That one goes out to all my gamer friends. I know I only have a couple of you out there in the audience tonight, but again, that was Apogee, episode 1 by Elisabeth Allen. I want to take a moment and tell you guys, in addition to the voice acting that we do, we also have a foley. A foley is actually the name of the guy who invented the concept of basically playing with toys and making sounds with them. So our foley actors or actresses, our foley actors are not only just as important, but sometimes can be even more important than the actual voice actors. Anybody hopefully can read, but it takes a special person to be able to, basically take any kind of crazy thing and make sounds with it. So, yes, I'm looking, Foley's good, everybody's good. Woo!
Thank you.
So, this next part, I'm actually very excited. This next script was originally a stage play and was adapted for audio by Ron M. Butler. It is, who is that Shakespeare person anyway?
The following program is brought to you by the National Foundation for Artistry, a publicly funded private corporation, because we know what art is, and you don't.
Good evening. I am Margot Saint-Jean-Fachon, and tonight we will examine the Shakespeare mystery. Who was Shakespeare? The writer of the plays was certainly the greatest dramatist the English language has ever known. But was he also William Shakespeare, Esquire of Stratford-on-Avon? Was the poet of soaring imagination also the grubby dealer in real estate? Was the sublime dramatist the sort of man who would leave behind no books, no papers, and an illiterate wife and daughter? Was the creator of Lear and Hamlet, Caliban and Mercutio, the fat-faced bourgeois non-entity of the memorial bust? Who do you think you are, and how did you get in here?
Who do you think you are? Running down my looks?
You haven't answered my question, you grubby little man.
Oh, why, I'm William Shakespeare. You know, the fat-faced bourgeois non-entity himself.
You're dead.
I won't deny it. So?
Preposterous. You don't even look like Shakespeare.
Oh, you mean that woodcut in the first folio? They didn't make that thing till I'd been dead a couple of years, and I was outraged. I wasn't losing my hair nearly that badly.
Assuming you are Shakespeare, the Stratford-on-Avon Shakespeare, and that you claim to have written the plays, maybe you can answer a few questions for us.
Well, this isn't exactly a gig on The View, but I guess I need to stand up for my reputation. Ask away.
Thank you. First off, how could a man with no schooling write so convincingly of foreign lands, court intrigue, and war?
No schooling? You obviously don't appreciate the power of homeschooling. My mother taught me a lot. Many was the afternoon I sat in the warm, comfy muck of our kitchen, nourishing my young mind while my mother did her chores. Ma, where's Italy?
Ask your father.
Ow! Ma, what does jus sanguinis mean?
It means, have you finished mucking out the privy yet?
Ow! Ma, what's a bare bodkin?
It means I'm going to wash your mouth out with lye soap if you ask another question.
Ow! Ma?
What?
Nothing.
I see you learned many lessons at your mother's knee.
Yeah, mainly I learned to keep my mouth shut and keep reading. And I did have some formal schooling. My dad sent me to the local grammar school for 2 years. I learned all sorts of interesting things, like how they had clocks in Julius Caesar's time. I flunked geography, though. I thought Scotland was next to Italy.
You'd have fit right in at a modern American school.
I got on back, though. Years later, I made Montague an Italian name in one of my plays. I don't remember which one.
And they kicked you out of this geographical legerdemain?
No! Dad just couldn't afford to keep sending me. Dad, he was a glove maker, you know. I've still got one of his gloves as a keepsake, see?
Pity gorillas hadn't been discovered. Shall we leave these golden childhood memories behind?
Well, if you like. After I grew up, I got married. I got her back, too. In my will, I gave her my second best bed.
Typical. You always gave me your second best in bed, too.
Oh, can we get off the former Mistress Hathaway?
Get off? You hardly ever got on.
In the words of the immortal Coriolanus.
Highly enlightening. And then?
Then I went up to London. Theatre was hot as beard oil right then, and I was convinced I could make my mark in the world as an actor. I met Richard Burbage at a tavern. Actually, it was under a table at a tavern, but it was a very good tavern, mind you, and I had a foot in the door.
In point of fact, you were never a featured player. There is no documentation to support your ever having gotten your name on a playbill. You hung around the fringes of the theatrical world for a few years, then came back to Stratford with nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show? Nothing to show? I came back knowing acting, knowing stage management, knowing production. I came back knowing how to write plays.
I fail to see.
This always kills me when some academic snot says I can't have written plays about war or politics without having been a soldier or a courtier. I had to know about plays before I could write bugger all about anything.
The court politics.
Look, theatre then was like theatre now, and some of the boys had friends at court.
Boys? I fail to see.
The boys in the band, or the theatrical troupe in this case. Look, you can't be a macho general or chief justice and hang out around the docks trolling for sailors, can you? But you can be a patron of the arts and hang out around the theatre.
Oh.
Odzooks, the gossip I heard. I knew about who was doing what to whom and why than Queen Elizabeth did. And I made contacts, too.
Wasn't that dangerous before antibiotics?
Not that kind of contacts. You don't have to play hockey to know what the puck is going on.
So, you were...
No!
Hey, why don't you ask me?
You keep out of this.
All of those friends of his who dressed up like women.
And I keep telling you, it was a convention of Elizabethan theatre. Men played all the parts.
I'll say they played all the parts. Want me to tell you about the time I caught you and Burbage practicing themes from Romeo and Juliet?
We were working out some dialogue problems.
At least the dress fit him.
So you were a big success on the London stage?
Actually, no. Oh, I could make ends meet as a stage manager. I even scraped up enough to invest in the company. But I could see it was going nowhere.
So you came back to Stratford-on-Avon?
Oh, yes. I got into real estate. Was making a few bob when one of my old contacts showed up. Richard de Vere. Earl of Oxford, he was.
Willie?
Hello, your lordship. How's tricks at court?
Dreadful. Oh, Burleigh, my guardian, is Prime Minister now, but it hasn't cut into trying to run my life, not one little bit.
Dreadful sorry to hear that. What can I do for you?
Funny you should ask. Willie, I've written a play.
Oh? How nice.
Yes, and it's good too, but there's the rib.
Rub. There's the rub.
Ah, quite. You see, I can't have it produced not under my own name. That would be all very fine if I was some nobody, dirt, common, low-life theatrical type. Oh, sorry.
Right.
But it wouldn't do to have a peer write a play. I mean, the court would have started examining it for all sorts of political significance and things. Not that my play has any such.
I'm sure.
But I couldn't produce this play even if it were Zayakosha, since it contains the most delicious parody of old ballet.
Oh, it does?
Yes. I call the character Polonius, but you'd recognize him in a minute, and so would he, if he knew I'd written it.
I think I see where this is going. You'll have to excuse me. I have to show a property to a nice young couple.
But it occurred to me that if there were a play written by some common as mud slime ball theatrical toad, oh, sorry.
Quite.
Then he'd never guess. And instantly, I thought of you.
Oh, gee, thanks.
So, how about it?
Your Earlness, much as I'd like to help...
There's money in it for you.
How much? Ooh, that much. Well, you're on. A new play by William Shakespeare. What's the title?
Hamnet. A tragedy.
Hamnet. Hamnet.
And I'll expect you to do some editing and polishing for the money, too.
I think I'd better. Oh, yes, like here. 2,000 soldiers enter stage left. As a practical matter, I think we'll need to cut that down.
No, the full artistic effect.
Well, let's see. 2,000 extras at 2 bob a day over an expected run of...
I get your point. Well, toodaloo.
Polishing and editing. Mary Magdalene's bunions. Listen to this. Maybe I should just kill myself. I think about it a lot, you know. Like, is it a macho thing to do? I could write better dialogue off the top of my head.
That sounds somehow familiar in a twisted, deformed way.
Better change it to something like, to be or not to be. That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Oh, yes, now I was on a roll. This wouldn't be so tough.
But that's Hamlet's great soliloquy. Didn't writing it touch your soul in any way?
At first, I was terrified.
At last, some spark of
Terrified that de Vere would take offence at my little changes. But he was delighted. And then I realised de Vere couldn't remember what he'd written anyway. He'd cribbed the plot from a Danish travel guide. In fact, I still have...
Let me see that. Ye peerless guide to hot Swedish babes and bloody bodkins of the Danemark.
That's it. See, de Vere brought me several more of his little masterpieces, mostly lifted from history books. Julius Caesar, Macbeth. Othello was spun out of some gossip he'd heard about the Italians. They were all awful, of course.
Then De Vere was Shakespeare, sort of.
Only sort of. De Vere kicked off in 1604.
That should have been the end of this sacrilege.
Oh, no. By then he'd introduced me to all of his upper-class would-be playwright buddies. None of them could write worth a warm spit, of course. But they'd do the research and plotting for me, and I'd polish and edit their little messes till they were decent. Then they'd put up the money to produce the scripts and buy most of the opening night tickets, too. How could it lose?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
For the first decade of the 17th century, I was the central clearinghouse for the sorry efforts of most of the aristocratic play cobblers of England. I was getting the credit, the royalties, and patronage from the twits to boot. Then I got word that the Queen wanted to pay a call on me. How may I be of service, Your Majesty?
Your literary prowess has brought signal honor to our realm, Master Shakespeare.
God save Your Majesty.
I would ask something of you, Master Playwright.
Only command your servant, Majesty.
Would you love to over a poem of mine which I call The Fairy Queen?
Much as I would like to publish Your Majesty's work as my own, I will have to refer you to a gentleman to whom I have begun referring all my epic poetry work.
That will be most satisfactory. Rise, Master Shakespeare, and know that you have the gratitude of your queen.
Spencer, too.
Oh, yes, Spencer, too. God, it was awful. Half the characters stolen from Orlando Furioso, and an exercise in egomania to boot. Just like her old man, that Biddy was.
The Queen, your co-conspirator. Whatever made you quit?
Well, I'd built up a tidy little nest egg so I could quit the ghostwriting and agenting business and get back to my first love.
I thought you and she didn't get along.
No, real estate.
Oh, why, you money-grubbing little...
Oh, come on, Queenie. What did Kipling do after he'd made his pile? Bought as much of Massachusetts as he could afford. And what's J.K. Rowling been doing since she killed off Voldemort? Buying up half of Scotland, that's what. Give me a bleeding break. I was just ahead of my time.
And then?
Well, I died, didn't I? Happens to the best of us. I tell you, it's peaceful. A lot quieter than being the front man for half of the bad scribblers in England. Well, except when...
Oh, really?
Yes? Oh, yes, oh, Lord.
I had a marvellous idea, Willie. Sort of a poem thingy about, the other place. Great special effects.
No, just the man for it. Name of Dante. Dante Alighieri. You can call him Danny, I'm sure he won't mind. Italian. Has just the right touch for that sort of thing. I've got to go, sweetie. Oh, hey, nice bodkin. I'd love to see it bare.
How dare you lay your hand on my...
Oh, I've got to go. Exit stage right.
All right. Now's the part of the show where I tell you guys that we are a non-profit. No, we are not for profit. But that does not mean that we do not need a little bit of help from all of you guys out there. So I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to trust in your generosity and how much of a great time you guys have had so far this evening. There is a whole second half to this. We are going to take an intermission. It'll be about 30 minutes. You guys can refresh your drinks, or you guys can empty your drinks. And we will let you guys... Yes? Intermission. Give you guys time to, show us how much you appreciate this. And then we'll be right back. Again, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you in 30. No, I met I'm not kidding you. I've been there years. I met him. He was on tour. Where was I at? It was in Europe. I gave it back. I think it was Prague.
Did I see?
Well, I was going to say. Anyway,
I'm so
here's a bit of a
secret.
This was you guys are probably not old enough to know when I was actually from Europe. So. Well, you might be old enough.
I know where Europe is.
Anyway, okay, let's get this party started. So tonight, again, thank you all for sticking with us, staying here, and we've got our second half. We have our small little vignette, the mildly exciting tale of astonishment. We have more music with our amazing musical guests. Yeah! And then we will cap it off with our second serial, the Paranoirmal, the episode 2. So, right now though, again, remember that the show is free, the drinks are not. If you guys have a chance at the end, please show how much you love us. You can send us emails, you can send us accolades, you can tell us in person, but cash is king. So just keep that in mind. And again, if you would like to join us on a $20 bill. Yes, write how much you appreciate us.
Make it ready.
Yes.
Make it hail even.
Some people need change for the bus. It's okay.
Mercury.
Yes, thank you. Oh, yes, I gotta read my notes. I'm sorry. Again, if you would like to act with us, write with us, or just hang out with us, learn our technical stuff, please, Wednesday nights over in Tucker, you can find us on Meetup, or you can go to the website. They are open to the public. We have a studio, and we do a daily podcast. Yes, that's right, a podcast that is every single day between 4 to 6 minutes, typically about 5. It is Mercury, a broadcast of hope. There are little brochures in front of you. It is day 874. That's like, that's like more than a year, right? that's like, yeah, more than 2. I don't think it's more than 5. So there are people out there that are doing math in their head right now to figure out exactly how many days they are. Don't tell me, you can email me. No, I should have said that. I'm going to get emails of exactly how long 874 days are. In any case, so yes, listen to us, our daily podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to it actually anywhere where you can get podcasts. I listen to it with my daughter in the morning on Patreon. And I mention that because if you give as little as $1 a month, you get to actually hear all the past episodes. What is unique about this is, not only is it a daily podcast, it lasts 24 hours, and then it moves on. It goes to some mysterious place that can only be accessed if you got the digital green. So if you... that is going to catch on, I promise you. You will be hearing that in another 2 years. The digital green. So. If Bitcoin catches on, come on. Digital green, that's got to be a thing. Anyway. But moving on, Patreon, I listen to it on Patreon, and I can listen to every episode from day 1 all the way up through day 875 tomorrow. So, again, our daily podcast, Mercury Broadcast of Hope, you will see brochures there. Right now, let us get on with the actual show, the people you came to actually hear talk, not myself. Again, by Jonathan Strickland, Mildly Exciting Tales of Astonishment, a class act.
Welcome, believers, to another educational episode from Mildly Exciting Tales of Astonishment. This week we join that master of the mystical, Odd Doc, as he faces his greatest test.
Now, class, today we have a very special visitor. He's a superhero!
Hey, Captain Outstanding!
No, Billy, it's not Captain Outstanding. Mr. Outstanding is busy appearing in front of the United Nations. But luckily we have another superhero who wasn't busy.
Hello there, children.
The old guy is a superhero? Mind your manners, Susie. This gentleman is known as Odd Doc. He does magic! Can you pull a rabbit out of your hat?
Young lady, I can realign entire planets and wreak cosmic havoc.
So, no bunnies?
What is your name?
Well, Odd Doc is not a stranger. Could have fooled me. He's a real hero. He single-handedly turned back that robot army that was going to attack our city.
Well, actually, that was Captain Outstanding in the Zipper who did that. But I've defeated my share of villains. Does anyone remember the Mad Moppet? You, the young man with his hand up.
One time, one time, Daniel and I were in the playground, and we were pretending to be firemen, and we saved Miss Johnson.
Well, it's very nice, Billy. Anyway, the Mad Moppet was...
Was it the guy who shot fire out of his hands and could hypnotize people?
No, that was Lord Destructoronimus. The Brooklyn Brute took care of him. No, the Mad Moppet looks, like a small girl, and she can control the minds of chipmunks.
Was this even on the news?
Look here, smarty mouth. The Mad Moppet was bad business. If not for me, the entire city would be in a severe nut shortage.
I don't know. Sounds to me like we have at least one nut guaranteed to stick around. Miss Johnson, can I go ahead and start nap time?
See here, children. I've woven spells of awesome power that could break continents asunder. I think I deserve a little respect, especially from some snot-nosed 9-year-old.
Really, Odd Doc, that was uncalled for. They're only children.
The mean man is scaring me, Miss Johnson.
He smells like Daddy's medicine. Lots of it.
How dare you! I've not touched a drop. I've half a mind to unleash the unearthly powers of the unknown upon you all.
Does this mean we'll finally see some bunnies? I'm sorry, Mr. Doc, but this isn't working out the way that I thought it would. Thank you for stopping by, but I think next time I'll arrange for a different superhero to come by and talk to us.
But I was going to tell the children about how I stopped the Dark Dust Bunny.
Let me guess. You cast a spell that created a whirlwind, which acted as a giant vacuum cleaner.
Maybe a little.
Seen it. Thanks again, Mr. Doc. Give our best to the Freedom Five.
I believe there was some mention of an honorarium.
Join us next week when Odd Doc faces that fiendish foe, the Grim Leaper.
Bouncy, bouncy! Could you stay still for just 2 freaking seconds?
That's next week on Mildly Exciting Tales of Astonishment.
Mildly Exciting Tales of Astonishment is actually one of my favorite series that ARTC actually started producing. They have done, there is tons of them, and actually it was a father and son group, Jonathan and Brad Strickland, that did a majority of them. That one was by Jonathan Strickland, the son of the two. Brad Strickland, you might have heard, he was a co-writer on The House with the Clock in the Walls, that entire series. In fact, he finished out that series. So for those of you who got to see the movie, he got to go down to see the stage and everything that they were doing, the sound stage and whatnot. And they were so excited to be able to fly him in all the way to Peachtree City, just south of here. So, he was like, I'll just drive, don't worry about it. So, but anyway, again, if you guys are interested in budding writers, or you just have some crazy ideas, send them our way and whatnot. So, all right? Okay. We'll see. Again, I'll let you guys, if you want Eddie's Attic Monday, she says she tries to get there when she can. It's an open mic kind of thing. So. Don't drop the mic. Everybody, Riley Schatz.
I'm Riley Schatz. I have a fascination and passion for and with Greek mythology. So these next few songs are from a song collection I've been working on called the Siren Sessions. Each song centers around a female figure in Greek mythology. And the first song I'm going to sing for you is called Narcissus. It's about a mountain nymph named Echo who fell hopelessly in love with a vain young man called Narcissus, who was in love with his own reflection. Echo longed to be with him, but she had been cursed and doomed to repeat the last few words of anything ever spoken to her after an altercation with Zeus and Hera. And if you have an altercation with Zeus, like, it never ends well. This song is about what she would say to Narcissus if she could.
I don't understand how you can't see that I'm in pain. Everything I say, everything I do is in vain. I am always behind you, no matter what you do. Can't you see I'm beside you? I'm not leaving you. But no, I'm just an echo in your ear. Oh no, I'm too quiet for you to hear. You are beautiful, no one can deny that this is true. But do you understand that the world doesn't revolve around you? Oh, all that you ever sees your reflection in the lake. I will always have to be the one who fixes all of your mistakes. Don't know, I'm just an echo in your ear. Oh no, I'm too quiet for you to hear. Oh no, I'm just an echo in your ear. Oh no, I'm too quiet for you to hear. Am I ever on your mind? Soon I'll fade away with time, and you'll be left to waste away. There'll be no one left to get you through the day, and all I'll ever be to you is just a whisper in the wind. Trying to be heard, to protect, to shield and defend. But no, I'm just an echo in your ear. Oh no, I'm too quiet for you to hear. Thank you. Well, this next song is about another young woman, a princess called Atalanta, whose father really wanted her to get married, but she wasn't really for that. But she struck a deal with him. She was like, yeah, I'll get married. I'll get married if a suitor can beat me in a race. But the thing was, Atalanta was the fastest person in the world. She was blessed by the gods with agility and speed. Apparently her father didn't know this. So. He was like, sure, okay, cool, I bet someone's gonna beat you in a race. She was like, that's cool. So whoever wins can have my hand. But if they lose, I get to kill them. So you wanna win my affection? Well, you started off in the right direction. It'll take more than just a good start. So So in this particular heart, I am first and foremost a winner. I eat boys like you up for dinner. So you can try and cross my path. I guarantee you'll end up last, 'cause they call me Atlanta, and I'm one step ahead of you. Yeah, they call me Atlanta, and there's not much you can do. You tried Gold Star, so close, but no cigar. I don't have the time for distractions. I can't waste a minute, not a fraction of my time. So you can try and be all bold. You can throw your apples cold, and they call me Atlanta, and I'm one step ahead of you. Yeah, they call me Atlanta, and there's not much you can do. You tried Gold Star, so close, and I am not a prize to be won. But if I was, you would never win it. And in this little race that we have run, I'm too far ahead, I'm already finished. You're too far behind, I've crossed the finish line. They call me Atlanta, 'cause I'm one step ahead of you. Yeah, they call me Atlanta, and there's not much you can do. Yeah, there's not much you can do. You tried Gold Star, so close, but no cigar. No cigar. Oh, no cigar. Thank you. Whoa. All right. That was something completely different. I'll tell you another princess story. Because that was a princess story. And Ariadne was another princess. She was from the Isle of Crete, which is pretty big in Greek mythology. You know, it's where the labyrinth was. And the labyrinth was home to Ariadne's little brother, who was notoriously known as the Minotaur, half man, half bull. And he devoured human sacrifices from other islands to appease his appetite. And one such sacrifice was Theseus, who was a dashing demigod who planned to slay the beast. And Ariadne thought he was really dreamy. So she helped him find his way through the labyrinth with a ball of magic golden thread. And the two eloped because he thought she was cute too. And he's like, all right. And her father went crazy because, you know, the Minotaur was his main attraction. So people weren't coming to the island anymore. You know, business was really slow. Anyway, they eloped. But Theseus left her on an island. He abandoned her. and she waited and waited for him to return. Ariadne, they said, you don't have to wait anymore. Ariadne, they said, turn your face away from the door. You gotta move on with your life. Stop moping around, pacing the floor. Ariadne, they said, your first love will not be your last. Ariadne, they said, that boy is a thing of the past. There are better things in life for you to dream of than a boy with a ball of string, so keep your chin up. Ariadne, they said, you left all the monsters back there. Ariadne, they said, there's nothing for you to be scared of. Your father's lost his mind inside the labyrinth. If you still want to be sane, forget about it. Ariadne. If y'all can tell, but I graduated from Kennesaw State University with a theater and performance studies degree. That's why my face gets all weird when I sing. Excuse me. Okay, this next song. Is it in this key? This next song is about Cassandra, the doomed prophetess of Troy. When she refused Apollo's advances, he cursed her with prophetic sight, because he was the god of prophecy, so he could do that. Also because he was an asshole, sorry for my language, but he just is. And everything that she foresaw with this prophetic sight came to be, such as the Trojan War, the fall of Troy. But no one would ever believe her. It's as if my lips are lined with prophecy. I I know the secrets of the future, but nobody listens to me. It's as if my lips are lying with prophecy. I know the secrets of the future, but nobody listens to me. Just because I didn't want his love, I am doomed to a life of loneliness. Do you know what it's like to speak your mind and have everything you say invalidated? It's as if my lips are lying with prophecy. I know the secrets of the future, but nobody listens to me. Sometimes I feel as if I'm going mad. I doubt the things I say despite their truth. Sometimes I wish that I could just go back. I can't avoid bearing witness to all this impending doom. You don't know what it's like in my head. All those secrets that I've left unsaid. All those secrets filling up my mind. I never let them pass the teeth I grind. It's as if my lips are lying with prophecy. I know the secrets of the future, but nobody listens to me. He said, I will make you see all the ugliness that is to be. Despite the fact that all you say is true, nobody will ever believe you. It's as if my lips are lying with prophecy. I know the secrets of the future, but nobody, 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 nobody will ever believe me. Thank you. Before I do my last Greek mythology song, I would love to thank ARTC for letting me do this. This has been really, really cool. So I'm really appreciative, and especially to Robert for getting me involved in this, and Christopher for letting me do this, and everybody here for being so supportive and nice. And also, the reason why I write songs about women in Greek mythology is because I feel like there are a lot of stories in that realm of myth that are not heard or heard in a very specific way, and I really would like the women of these tales to be heard in a way that, you know, kind of shows what they've had to go through by hands of some of the more malicious male people in the world of Greek mythology. So hopefully by putting these songs out there in the world, people can hear the other sides to these stories that we've heard so often, from the perspective of the women who aren't often the focal point
of the stories. That aside, this is my last song, and it is based on the tale of Semele, who is the mother of Dionysus, who is the god of wine and revelry and theater. And Semele caught the eye of Zeus after slaughtering a bull with her bare hands in his honor, which is cool. But catching Zeus's eye is not a good thing, and this song is called Struck by Lightning. You appear to me like a dream, like a ray of light, like a bright sunbeam. I forgot the words. Okay, I'm gonna start over. You appear to me like a dream, like a ray of light, like a bright sunbeam. Couldn't tell if you were real, and when you took my hand, I didn't know how to feel. And all of a sudden, my world got brighter, and in your grasp, my fingers were on fire. I didn't know I could feel this way, like I'm walking on clouds, still tasting the rain, like a current running through my blood, my body a conductor, a shock through my system, and a spark inside my heart, a force of nature taking over that I don't feel like fighting. I watch the storm brew, and I let myself get struck by lightning, struck by lightning. Then in a flash you were gone, and the world was different, the world was wrong. And I wondered why you'd left, why you'd chosen me and then left me so bereft. Then all of a sudden there was no color, and the moon was gone and the stars were duller. I was scared to see the light of day, scared the sun would be gone, completely washed away. So I prayed to the gods, begging for your return, offering anything, anything, just to feel the burn of your hand on mine. Once again filled with a madness, dredged from deep within. Like a current running through my blood, my body a conductor, a shock through my system, and a spark inside my heart, a force of nature taking over that I don't feel like fighting. I watch the storm brew, and I let myself get struck by lightning, struck by lightning. Consumed with doubt and with a wounded pride, I screamed your name to your sacred sky, demanding that you return to me and prove your mighty divinity. Like that, prove to me that you are who you say you are, 'cause I don't believe you, not anymore, but I will if you show me your true form. Are you scared of me? What are you waiting for? This was my mistake, my fatal flaw. You should never doubt the power of the gods who flung me from the safety of the eye of your storm, and I incurred your wrath, the brunt of your scorn. I paid the price for my hubris. For when you strike, when you strike, when you strike, you never miss. Like a current running through my blood, my body a conductor, a shock through my system, and a spark inside my heart, a force of nature taking over, taking over, taking over. Like a current running through my blood, my body a conductor, a shock through my system, and a spark inside inside my heart, a force of nature taking over that I can't fight. I watch the storm brew, and I feel myself get struck by lightning, struck by lightning. Thank you so much for listening.
Riley Schatz. All right, before I get into this, our final piece, I need to say a special thank you to the Strand Theater. They are also a 501c3, just like ARTC is a 501c3. We're out here trying to basically make the world a better place through entertainment and making you guys happy and laugh and doing great things. So I encourage you, check us out on our web pages, on Facebook and whatnot. You will see they've got the next big thing. Louis, say his last name again. Grizzard. Louis Grizzard. I am. I hope this isn't not like a really big guy who's going to show up and beat me up someday. Oh. Oh. Okay, well then I feel less threatened, I guess.
Happens to the best
true.
of us.
Yeah, that's not a guarantee in this day. Anyway, especially if you. So anyway, special thank you to again the Good Acting Studio. You can see some great shows from them, but they are mostly a teaching theater. They do teaching Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. If you go to their Facebook page, you can learn acting. If you have kids who want to learn acting, they teach that. Paige Steadman is a fantastic actress and teacher, and so I would recommend that. If I were younger, I would go. Acting for the camera, for those of you, it's Georgia, it's Atlanta. We've got the film industry. Yes, we're the Bollywood. Anyway, and then regular acting classes. Yes, they still exist. And then our inevitable, our endearing, our love of all things technical, as Robert Drake teaches improv theater at the Good Acting Studio. They are so great. I cannot talk about them enough. They are about 2 minutes, I think, if that, down the road up. So they are just around the corner. So if you can come here, you can go there. I highly recommend it. And again, artc.org. We are also available on Audible. We have lots of different things. If you just look up ARTC, you'll find our stuff. You can also get our stuff from our website. You can get cool t-shirts like this. You can get cool merchandise. But more importantly, you can get our shows. So, speaking of shows, this final one is the second piece, episode 2, by, as I said, our super duper talented Paige Steadman. I truly do feel blessed sometimes when I get to hear things like when they start, when they're at the beginning. I remember, this was only a few years ago, when Paige submitted these to read, and I know I'm not the only one, but as soon as I read that first episode, I was like, this is awesome. There has to be more of this stuff. And so I got to be there. I got to do a sound. I got to be part of it, whenever we were first doing these at conventions. Oh, speaking of convention, sorry, I forgot to mention that. We are at 221BCon. If you don't know who Sherlock Holmes is, I don't know what to tell you. Your life is poor for it. So 221BCon, which is in April. Also in April, we will be at LibertyCon, and then as always, we are at DragonCon. So, and again, if you don't know what DragonCon is, then I really don't know where you live. But anyway, so come and see us there. As I was saying, Paranoirmal, this is the second episode. There's a lot, and it is a fantastic show. I can't wait till we get this in the studio. I think that we will all make millions of dollars. I hope so. But in any case, this is episode 2, Winter Solstice.
It was a strangely warm December evening when I made my rounds to the small town of Forgotten. Yeah, you heard me right. Forgotten is the name of the town. Don't bother looking on a map. Maybe the residents changed the name after being ignored by the outside world. Or maybe the founders had a twisted sense of humor and liked self-fulfilling prophecies. The other hats and I have taken up guard duty, since law enforcement gets no funding from state. Even the government has mostly forgotten us. Except the IRS. They never forget anyone. I was patrolling my usual beat when I heard the butcher's chihuahua barking up a storm. That wasn't the normal I saw a squirrel saw barking either. I shimmied up a tree and made my way over to the rooftops to take a look. Brewster! Hey! Brewster, old man! Up here! It's Lester! Yoo-hoo! Stop! Yes, I'm a cat. Meow and all that. Now shut your yap and squeal, wagtail.
Hat?
Yeah, I'm one of the hats.
Wrong, miss. Tree. Tree spirit. Fix tree.
To be fair, Brewster was much more intelligent than he sounds. The catch is, I'm not all that fluent in dog.
Tree. Help. Tree spirit.
Trees have spirits?
Excuse me. May we speak as three?
She flowed out from behind the trunk like an early morning stretch. She had legs made for twining around, and long fingers that could scratch for days. Salutations, fair one.
Fine greetings, small and handsome whiskered one. My people's plight is dire. Fast wanes the sun.
My name is Lester. I'm one of the hats. We try to right what goes wrong round here.
You may call me Leilani. Every year, as autumn dwindles and the earth grows old, the humans, for their merriment and cheer, invite us with their trees, safe from the cold. But as of late, this custom has grown weak, and barely Christian nor a pagan home is scented by the tree nor branch we seek. We fear scant welcome, dryad, elf, and gnome. I peer in windows, seeing imitations. Can mortals know not plastic's limitations?
Wait. You mean plastic holiday decorations are causing trouble? I thought you'd be happier that humans stopped cutting down trees.
Dilemmas true this causes, to be sure, but Yule logs are our sanctuary when the mortals bundle themselves up in fur till Frigga spins her wheel around again.
Cold. Tree spirit need warm.
Yeah, thanks, Brewster. Never fear, Leilani. The hats are here. I hurried back to HQ. My job was information gathering. Well, what could I do about this? Well, I would report. Surely the chief could fix things.
Folks are crazy. Beer wasn't good here. I'd never. Hey!
You too much, Bobby. What'd he say?
So I said, no, one of those I give to Bruce.
Come on. Leave him alone. He's just a cat. He's a hat like me.
Oh, you folks are crazy. Beer wasn't so good here. I'd never. Hey!
Hello, Lester. Welcome back.
Chief Harold knows how to welcome her scouts. Ever the exquisite bartender, she poured me water and food before asking me to report. After the requisite finger sniffing and ear rubbing, of course. No, she's not my human. Don't be insulting. I might adopt her one day. She's the gentlest half-giant I've met.
Your ears aren't cold at all. Nobody who's come into the Tip-Tat today has worn a jacket either. Most of them have been in short sleeves. Freakishly warm for December. Almost supernaturally warm. Zinnia said the salamanders by a house haven't even gone into hibernation yet.
It is warmer than usual this time of year, but the woodland spirits are still worried about the coming cold.
You spoke to wood spirits?
One, Leilani. She's worried about the plastic trees. In times past, Yule logs and Christmas trees served as invitations to the Fae to come inside and warm themselves in winter. Now more people are using plastic decorations.
Progress for the environment, but not so helpful for the Fae crowd. Thanks for the tip. I'll work with Zinnia and my Asotis coven to spread reminders of traditions. We could use a few branches over the doorways, and some wreaths will make the place look festive.
All right, enough. If that's all then, Chief.
Not so fast. I need the top sights and schnoz on this weather anomaly.
the top sights and schnars. My eyes are undoubtedly the best in the hats, but the best nose? Oh, no. Chief wouldn't ask me to work with.
Come on back, please.
Evidently she would.
On my way, Chief. Excuse me, Bobby.
Wynne Volkov is a good hat. She's just not my type.
Enough! Lester, Wynne, you will put aside your prejudices and solve this case together so the citizens of Forgotten can enjoy the winter holidays without turning on their air conditioners. That's an order.
All right, Chief. Yes, Chief Harold.
Ah, yes, Chief. Wynne and I looked at each other warily. It wasn't that I didn't trust her. She was a hat, after all. You heard how she stood up for me when Bobby the Butcher told me to Schatz. But the situation must be dire if the Chief was asking me, her favorite feline, to work with a werewolf.
Wynne, Zinnia briefed you on the weather sitch?
Yes, she went back to her coven to scry for interfering vibes of some magic speak. She said to give her a buzz once you'd assigned me a partner.
Good. Dismissed.
Wynne and I breezed out the back door and headed west. The coven only lived a few minutes away, but instead of following me to the wooded shortcut, Wynne turned south near the edge of the parking lot.
I'm parked over here, Lester. You have a size advantage when it comes to trespassing, you know. If I cut across someone's garden, I got a lot more explaining to do.
And on a different topic, we have disturbing reports from the State Wildlife Department. A sudden decrease in population of many species of waterfowl has prompted temporary bans on hunting said birds.
Decrease
Social
in birds,
media
huh?
protests by
Does that upset the
Wow.
Oh, the radio's bothering you. Okay, there, it's on. What does that mean?
By the time we reached the coven's neighborhood, I had determined that Wynne did not comprehend cat. She had enough sense to get the gist of a yes or no or what the fleas are you doing, but detailed communication would have to wait.
Welcome to my Osote's house. May the trees always shelter you, and the wind ever bring you clarity.
May the stars light your choices, and the sea sing your dreams.
Thank you. I'm Wynne Volkov, and this is Lester. We're hats.
Wynne seemed unprepared for the ritual greeting. Yang didn't speak cat either, so my diplomacy ran upon deaf ears. But he did not comment about our rudeness, nor draw the massive sword strapped to his back. So I guess he forgave us.
I am Yang. Zinnia is expecting you. Please, follow me.
Wynne, I'm glad you're here. Hello, I'm Zinnia. You must be Wynne's new partner.
Temporarily. You may call me Lester.
As I stepped forward to sniff Zinnia's extended finger, I noticed a strange familiarity in her scent.
You're a spirit? No. Fairy?
My mother was human, but yes, I am part fae.
Oh, I forgot to give Lester a heads up. I'm so sorry. I'm used to being the only one who can smell the difference. We didn't out you, did we, Zinnia?
Don't worry. I don't keep secrets from the coven.
You would have a great difficulty.
Please have a seat. Oh, I'm sorry. Yang, would you please bring out a pillow for our guests? Or would you prefer a chair?
The ground's fine, thank you. You found the cause of all this?
There is interference, that's for sure, from someone powerful.
Or something.
That's a good start, but can you narrow it down a bit?
We're working on it. It would be easier if the High Priestess hadn't gone out of town.
Excuses are weights on your ankles.
We will figure this out. I do feel like we're missing pieces of the puzzle.
I'm no mage. Give me the rundown in layman's terms. First, is it a human doing this?
A human could not do this. Not alone, anyway. That doesn't mean a human couldn't be involved.
The magical signature on whatever is affecting the earth, however, is entirely non-human.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The Earth? As in the whole Earth? Not just our little bit of it having some odd weather fronts lately?
Oh, yes. Have you seen a newspaper recently?
You still read the newspapers?
Certain types of magic interact badly with electronic devices.
I wonder why nobody's been posting about this. You'd think the global warming protesters would pick this up.
This is too fast for the current stage of global warming. Have you talked to Vila's gang?
No.
There are some magic users in that group.
I don't know how any of them could benefit from this, but then I never understand them, but thanks for the tip.
Thank you. If you'll excuse me, I have a few tasks. May the trees ever shelter you from harm, and the wind always bring you clarity.
May the stars light your choices, and the sea sing your dreams.
Listen, you might not have encountered Vela and her gang before, Lester, so the first thing is, we're dealing with vampires. I know, that's just what you want to hear a week before Christmas or Hanukkah or I don't know. You worship bastard for all I know, you freaking cat. Anyway, vampires, nasty. Most legends have some small bite of truth in them, but who bite? Sorry, that was unintentional.
Wow.
Listen, they're bloodsuckers. Most of them, they've learned better than to go after human prey anymore, but that makes you more of a target, though, so we'll have to get you a collar. Take it easy. It's only for protection.
I couldn't see what protection it could offer me, unless she planned to soak it in holy water. If looks could kill, that wolf would have been bleeding out into the driver's seat.
The vamps have learned, that if they mess with if they hurt anyone who's wearing a collar, it draws attention, the bad kind. So you'll be safer in the collar. Okay. Well, what about a harness? Military tactical look, it'll add to your intimidation factor. I don't blame you. But I don't want to face Chief if anything bad happens to you.
After we stopped at the store, I grudgingly allowed Wynne to fasten the harness on me. I could tell it was almost as difficult for the wolf to force herself to touch me as it was for me to allow it. Tolerating the harness on my body afterwards was no easier.
Oh, gosh, stop that. You're going to get your paw stuck in there. I can't help you right now. I'm driving. I'm aiming for Radamir's usual hangout. He's not very powerful, which means he's saner than the other ones. He also has to eat more often, so leave that chicken blood alone, Lester. It's a bribe. Hey, you're not going to be able to remove the harness. Just relax. It's hard at first, but it'll get better.
How would you know? I said, but of course all she heard was meow.
It does look good on you. I know. They didn't have it in black. This was the only one they had, but it's cute.
Cute? I was not a happy kitty.
All right. Stay close.
That is a pretty car.
Hey, be polite.
I love the harness. The green brings out its eyes, and the candy canes. You cannot blame a man for getting hungry when food advertises itself.
Hello, Radimir. Step out of the shadows if you want to talk to me.
Volkov, why would I want to talk to you? Unless you have something to offer me? I see you brought something with you, something I might be persuaded to accept.
The cat is off limits. If you're not ready to talk, I can find another conversation.
Wait, I'm just so hungry. It's almost the holidays. Spare a little food for a starving man.
Come out of the shadows.
The streetlight does not flatter my complexion.
Have you been?
On life can be hard, still I manage. At least I have my youth.
Yeah, you always have that. Are they treating you well?
Yeah, they take me for granted. Erkin, he is always with the Magic King. I must fetch components for this and that, haul the stone slabs from one graveyard to another for the next for the next ritual. He is always too tired to clean up afterwards, so who does it all? Rat-me.
Yeah, you do so much. Why, the great mage Erkin would never accomplish any of his deeds if were not for you helping him.
True.
He wouldn't have raised the mummy army at the museum 5 years ago, nor found Vela Louise's lost family ring. There's no way he could have exploded City Hall into the most artistic fireworks display on last year's Dia de los Muertos without your help.
Yes. It's so nice to be appreciated.
I guess he really hasn't done much since then, you know.
Oh, he is still busy.
If you say so.
Oh, yes. Why, he is redirecting entire migration patterns, using valuable components and vast energy reserves, all to help some poor homeless families. Such a great mage.
A great mage indeed. How does redirecting a migration pattern help homeless families?
I said too much. You, with your pretty face and your pretty talking, you promised me food. No food, no talk.
Of course. I picked up some chicken blood just for you. Here.
That was a horrible man.
That poor guy.
At least we got some information.
Yeah, meow, meow, meow yourself. All right, come on, let's go back so we can get that harness off of you.
No.
The most we could detect was type of magic.
It was native.
Native? What does that mean?
Not elemental, not chi, not from any European tradition, but very linked to this geographic area, yet spread to the entire world.
It is my best guess that Native American tradition is involved, at least tangentially.
Like a shaman?
No, this isn't human. It is much too powerful.
Like a spirit? Or a god? I don't know. I feel awful. I should know more about this shit.
I know. In school, they focused on ancient Greece and Rome.
So you should ask an anthropologist who specializes in cultural mythology, since the high priestess is away visiting her mother.
Well, if she's not here, then we... Hey, wait, Yang! You're an anthropologist!
A master's in anthropology, with an undergraduate degree in literature. It is intriguing how humans and supposedly mythological events have interlaced over the years.
Oh, great! So, what kind of Native American legend could affect the temperature?
Oh, it could be one of many. The Thunderbird is capable, but would need a strong reason to interfere. There are several others, but again, each would need a compelling reason.
They don't really know anything.
Well, we know it isn't blood magic, though there is enough of that going on. It made the entire scrying field fuzzy. I'm sorry we sent you on a wild goose chase to the vamps.
Oh, geese. It wasn't a wild goose chase.
Lester says it wasn't a wild goose chase.
Wynn got useful information.
He says this is tedious. May I link you two in my peripheral mind so that you'll understand him as I do?
Of course.
I'm not comfortable with anyone reading my mind. No offense.
Not at all. I would only be able to hear projected thoughts. Thoughts you're actively trying to communicate. There. Please continue, Lester.
First, there was the news on the radio about the suddenly declining waterfowl population.
Yes, the whole ecosystem is imperiled.
I've seen lots of ducks and geese flying overhead. If I hadn't heard it on the news, I wouldn't have known.
Then, Radomir said that Mage X something was altering migration patterns.
That's the vamp scent that's been smeared all over this. Altering migration patterns? I can't even imagine. The gall!
I can't imagine what power. He cannot draw that much from within himself. He would die.
So if he's altering the migration pattern, then maybe the disappearing ducks and geese are still alive. Just not where they're supposed to be.
This is important. We might have to pass off the birds to someone else, though. Saving the climate is more urgent. To save the world.
That's a little over-dramatic, don't you think?
Melting ice caps? Alteration of plant life cycles? Hibernation cycles? We rely on...
Okay. You got a point.
Radomir said something about helping homeless families by changing the migration pattern. Though how duck patterns have anything to do with...
Ducks! Duck oil. Amala. Amala supports the earth on a pole, and a servant massages duck oil into his muscles. If ever the ducks are hunted out, Amala will die, and the world will fall off of the pole, and boom, it is the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. There are still ducks.
And we know that the Earth is still rotating around the sun.
Axial tilt. Oh.
What?
If the axial tilt has any connection to the angle at which Amala is holding the pole...
And if his muscles are getting tired because there is less duck oil...
Then the axial tilt could change, and the seasons could be irrevocably altered.
We gotta find those ducks.
Haha, now we're talking. Let's go bird hunting. Branwen. Psst. Branwen.
Ah, Lester, it's late.
My deepest apologies. I shall make it up to you, beautiful one.
Ah,
I heard a rumor that the ducks have changed their migration pattern this year.
that's no rumor. That's a fact. I know.
You saw it yourself?
I did. And not just me either. My sister and my cousins and my cousin's son too. We've all seen it.
Really? Tell me more.
There's a new lake a few territories south of the city near that abandoned mill. All the ducks want a piece of that water, and the geese and the pheasants too.
Pheasants? I've never tried pheasant.
Good hunting, Lester. Tell me all about it in the morning.
Thank you, lovely Branwen. Sweet dreams.
Nice work.
Lester, were you flirting with that raven?
Don't be ridiculous. It never hurts to pay a lady a compliment.
You are a fine gentleman, Lester.
As we approached the abandoned mill outside of Forgotten, Wynn parked at a tiny, closed gas station. As soon as the car door opened, my whiskers started tingling. I felt my fur staring up all along my spine.
It smells wrong.
I know. The magic pressure has built up in this area. My head's spinning a bit, too.
Oh, geese!
Arnold Erkin never was one for precision.
At least we know we're headed in the right direction. What language is that?
I have no idea.
Is not Latin, Chinese, Fey, Cherokee. It doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard.
Keep your voice down.
Drink, Master Erken. You must keep up your strength.
You fool! I cannot stop.
Let me take the tambourine for a while then. I can keep the rhythm going.
We have to stop them.
I'm not even sure what they're doing.
Whatever it is, it's keeping the birds imprisoned on that lake.
Oh, the lake can't sustain that many. Well, I'm for causing a disturbance.
Wait!
Let go of me!
You can't just rush in there half-cocked, cat.
A disturbance, yes. Wait for us to get in place first. And be careful.
All right.
I watched my team encircle the oblivious spellcaster and his assistant. There were so many birds in front of me, most of them sleeping. Some rousing with a startled chorus of honks every now and then when the chanting got too loud. Seeing them, smelling them, I could almost taste one. I saw the flash of Zinnia's compact mirror. Finally!
Forgotten hats! Hands up! Stop chanting!
Don't hurt me!
Cease your chanting. You're endangering the world. Yang, isn't that interruption spell ready?
I cast it. He's fighting me. Strong.
Take my hand.
Radomir, you know you don't want to destroy the world. You live here. You unlive here. There's food here.
I don't want to destroy the world.
Why can't I get near Erkin?
His protective spells are strong.
No, you don't say.
Flee, silly geese! Scram, ducky!
He must have a power source nearby. He was never this strong on his own.
What's the focus, Radomir? Tell me.
You'd kill me if I help you.
The world is doomed if you don't.
I don't know.
Why are you interfering with my kin?
Lady Bella, you've come to save us.
Why are your kin interfering with the natural order?
Natural. The natural world abandoned us long ago.
His barrier's down. Quickly, went.
Oh.
Hila, we meet again. Draw and face me.
Get back here.
Heeding Zinnia's call, I left the birds alone, much to their relief. And mine. Those wings hit hard. I saw Yang facing off against a well-dressed vampire, sword in hand. I could hear Wynn growl as she rushed a staggering Erkin. Radomir cowered and backed away from the relentless Zinnia, who pelted him with questions and threats. Seeing the ladies had everything under control, I focused on Yang's fight. I darted in and slashed my claws against the back of the strange vampire's leg.
Oh, you'll pay for that, cat.
A momentary distraction was all Yang needed. He pressed forward, disarming her. A wooden stake magically appeared in his other hand, the point resting against her cheek.
Freeze, Vela. Oh, this goes through your heart.
Yang, you shouldn't have. I didn't get you anything.
What's the focus, Vela? Erkin doesn't have this much power on his own.
Zinnia, the mage is unconscious. Can you counter it now?
You fools came bumbling in here with no clue how to stop us. How precious.
Look at your lady, Radomir, with a stake pointed at her heart. Spill it, or else.
Silence, Radomir!
You must stop, Vela. You are killing Amala. Besides the murder, changing the axial tilt will change the seasons, melt the polar ice caps, effect mass extinction of millions of species as the entire ecosystem begins to fail.
That won't affect us.
It will affect your food supply.
Stop.
Leilani?
Stop. This was not our intent.
Wood Spirit, even if you call this off, our debt is still repaid.
You were destroying the world to repay a debt?
She asked for protection from the cold. She never specified how.
I know you're scared of the winter, Leilani, but you couldn't have wanted this.
2 centuries you have been in our debt. I now release you. It is paid in full. With tears of shame, I see the plans we set in motion were but selfish, not helpful.
Homeless families. Fae? You did this to help the Fae. Leilani, you should have come to the hat sooner. Chief is making progress on the tree thing, and it's only been a day.
Now how do we stop this ritual and save the world? The ringing tabor passed from hand to hand, all down my family tree is now in hers. So break it, wolf, and bury in the land to heal the wounds and release winter's curse. How oft 'tis said the Fae are short of sight and quick of fancy. True, yet this wood elf,
shall collect duck oil to atone this night and rub it on Amala's back myself.
That is fitting.
Let me go!
This time.
This tambourine, huh? Yeah. All right.
Wind buried the broken tambourine deep in the ground. Zinnia and Yang performed cleansing rituals on the area. They said winter solstice is a perfect time to reset the vibes. Birkin is going on trial for environmental safety violations and resisting arrest. Chief is talking to the DA, but they doubt they can make the charges stick. Vila disappeared into the night. As for Leilani, I often see her at the Tipped Hat, where Chief put up a beautifully decorated tree. As for the birds, most of them left shortly after Wind buried the tambourine. A few have stuck around, and I stop by to play with them every now and then.
Do they appreciate your style of play?
Bronwyn, you wound me. They're starting to come around.
Ah, vampires are powerful. You were very brave, but I would have expected you to have had more trouble.
I try not to think on it, but it might have been too easy. I wonder what other plans they have brewing.
I guess we'll find out. Happy holidays, Lester.
Happy holidays.
Thank you guys very much. I need to send a special thank you again to the Strand for letting us use this place and running so late. I'd like to thank our writers, Ron and Butler, Elisabeth Allen, Jonathan Strickland, and Paige Steadman. Woo! Voices and Foley tonight were performed by Adam Ross, Christa Burton, Paige Steadman, Billy Barefoot, Jeff Hunt. We had special guest Riley Schatz. Woo! Sound mixing by Robert Drake. Video editing by Brian Smith. Soundscape and FX by Chris Jones and David Benedict. Recorded effects tonight were performed by David Benedict. I'd like to give a special thanks to ARTC's president, Bill Rich, the executive producer, David Benedict, and our production manager, Robert Drake, without whom none of this would be possible. Again, special thanks to the bartender, Jaina. Remember to tip her well. The show is free, but the drinks are not. I am your host, Chris Jones, reminding you there is adventure in sound.